Let's bring in Mariam Wahba. She's a research analyst at the Foundation for the Defence of Democracies. Good to see you, Mariam. Thank you very much for joining us. There are, according to reports, some pretty big disagreements over what to do about Hamas. What is the prevailing view at this stage, would you say?
Good to be with you today, Laura, and thanks again for having me. There certainly is disagreement about what to do with Hamas in a post-war plan among the Arab states. And we've seen a couple meetings pop up here and there, whether it's in Saudi Arabia or the one taking place tomorrow in Cairo. And here's what we need to understand about this question of Hamas and a post-war plan. Obviously, it is a red line for Israel as well as the United States. When it comes to the Arab states, I think it's important to think about what they actually want, what is being said behind closed doors and not the rhetoric that we see on social media and in their official statements. Since the beginning of the war, since October 7th, every Arab leader of every Arab state has communicated behind closed doors that they do not wish to see Hamas intact, both as a response to what the terrorist organization did to Israel on October 7th, but really for them, it comes down to what Hamas means. Hamas is an Islamist ideological organization, and any sort of victory for Hamas really begins to sow the seeds for unrest domestically for all these Arab states. So in a perfect world, the first sentence out of the Arab plan's proposal for post-war Gaza should be that we denounce Hamas and we see no future for the terrorist organization moving forward in Gaza. That is in a perfect world.
Yeah, quite. I'm not sure we will be hearing that tomorrow, but we can always hope. The Arab League was unable to reach any kind of consensus in Riyadh at their kind of pre-meeting before this meeting in Cairo tomorrow. And what has changed? Why would we imagine anything will be different tomorrow?
So what the Egyptians have promised tomorrow on March 4th is a plan. And what we should understand this plan is really as a reaction to the Trump proposal, which sees all Gazans exiting Gaza and going to Egypt, Jordan, and other countries. And what that plan did is really put fire under the Arabs to move and to develop something that would counter this Trump plan. What changes when it comes to Cairo is really two things. Cairo has a legacy of being the mediator when it comes to the Arabs and the Israelis, and in this conflict in particular. We've obviously seen them take a little bit of a backseat when it comes to the hostage and ceasefire negotiations, because we've seen Qatar really step up in what we could argue is a positive or a negative way. But there is that element of Cairo's legacy and seeing them as the leader of the Arab world, while that has changed in recent years. The second aspect is Cairo is going to move pretty quickly and pretty steadily towards some sort of agreement that counters Trump's plan, because they are the ones that will pay the hefty price that comes with Trump's plan. And when I talk about hefty price, I'm not really talking about the dollars and cents of it, but Egypt has expressed several times that relocating Gazans to Egypt or really anywhere is their red line, and that is the core component of the Trump plan. So it is landing on them. It is then their responsibility to counter this Trump plan.
And what happens then if they can't reach an agreement tomorrow? Are the Arab states worried that President Trump will simply move ahead with his plan?
Right. I mean, that will be the question of the hour tomorrow, and we're everybody's holding their breath in Washington, at least, about what this Egypt plan will look like, what this Arab plan will look like. I think there's two things to think about really here. Is if the Arabs fail to propose something that is both satisfactory to to Israel and the United States, one, that is a failure on their end, because it's their job to provide the alternative to the Trump plan. And two, it will be a huge missed opportunity for Egypt, Jordan, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates, because they have been given an opportunity vis-a-vis this Trump plan to present what in their mind is a perfect world for what a post-war plan looks like for Gaza.
Mariam, great to talk to you. Thank you so much. Mariam Wahba there at the FTD.
Thank you.